Hey guys, how we doing today? It's Wally again with LearningNet.com, and today I wanted to bring up a question that came up on the channel, and that is, what's a better web hosting provider than Bluehost? So if you're watching this video, likely you host with Bluehost right now, maybe you've been with them a short period, maybe a long period, and you're wanting to migrate or move your website to another web hosting provider. If that's the case, then in this video, I'm going to provide some really good points, really 4 points that I really think about off the gate when it comes to switching or joining any web hosting provider to launch a website or even with site migrations. If you guys are new here to this channel for LearningNet.com, hit the subscribe button, guys, right below, along with the bell, and that way any future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. So Bluehost has been around for an extremely long time. You can't go too many places online and not see something about their web hosting. They're promoted everywhere, and they come highly recommended by WordPress.org due to their WordPress performance. But is that really the case? Are they really the absolute best WordPress web hosting provider? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Keep in mind, guys, that I will drop right below some top recommended alternatives to Bluehost right below in the descriptions portion of this video. You guys can check them out and look at the websites itself. You can see the pricing, deals, all that information there. And I do have actually tutorials that show you how to create websites with these alternatives right below. So before we really get into that, I wanted to talk about mainly 4 areas, guys, that I typically consider before signing up with a web hosting provider. One, obviously, is cost. There are 2 main costs that you need to think about. One is the introductory or special price that you get in, like when you first get started. Typically with that, it may be less than, say, $5, maybe $2, $3, something like that. But when it renews, maybe after a year, 2 years, 3 years, depending on your renewal term that you selected, that pricing may double or even triple depending on the type of plan that you selected, be it like a shared web hosting plan, BPS, dedicated, what have you. When your term runs out, 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, then your pricing goes up. In the case of Bluehost, they typically run a lot of specials, like on the front end, where you may get in for like less than $3 or so. Usually it runs like $3.95 on the $4, but typically, I'll have these flash sales, and maybe you got started on one of these where you probably got in for like, I don't know, $2.95, $2.65, or something, in that range. But obviously, when your term, ends, your pricing is gonna double or even like triple per month, right? And so this is something that you need to think about, not only with Bluehost, but with any web hosting provider that you decide to migrate to and then, like host your website on. In the case of Bluehost, their pricing overall is not that bad on the front end, but when it renews, it does go up, and it's a lot more expensive than a lot of the alternatives that I'm going to talk about today. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is customer support. Obviously, if you have a problem, which any of us could have, with our sites, you have a problem, maybe a question about something that you may not understand or just something that's wrong, you want to be able to pick up the phone and speak to somebody really fast. And so in the case of Bluehost, they do have customer support by phone, email, chat. The only downer about Bluehost is that the customer support is really slow. You could range from, maybe I've waited on the phone or in chat up to like 30 minutes, sometimes longer, just to get something very simple resolved. And for that reason, I don't use Bluehost anymore. And that could be your situation. Drop your comments right below. Let me know, what is it about Bluehost that you don't like, and why is it that you're looking for an alternative? So the customer support is offered by phone, email, and chat, but it's not fast as you need it to be, right? So if you have like an emergency or very serious situation going down with your website, then the customer service is not as speedily as you might expect. Okay, another area that I think about that's extremely important when looking for like an alternative, especially in the case of Bluehost, is uptime performance. Now, uptime performance, guys, in short, is just a measurement of how often your website appears online. So obviously you're watching this video right now on YouTube, but if you're watching it on my website and you click through from like Google, Yahoo, or Bing, the website is up, right? And obviously you're watching this video due to the great uptime that's on my website. In the case of Bluehost, their uptime is not great. They have a lot of like downtime itself. And so, when a website is online, it means that your website, your products, your services that you sell or promote are gaining exposure when it's online. But when it's offline, it means that your website is losing exposure, and obviously people are not seeing your brand online. You're losing money, essentially. So a lot of customers have complained about the frequent downtimes with Bluehost. It's a huge downer, with them, although they're super popular due to their pricing, and again, they come highly recommended on Wordpress.org. This is a huge downer that pushes people away from them, wanting them to seek alternatives, just like you guys are doing today. A fourth area that I look at, guys, is security. We live in a world that's very unsecure, right? And websites are bombarded with spam, viruses, hackers, and more, right? And so you need a web hosting provider that really cares about security. What security measures does the provider have in place to protect your website 24/7 from viruses, from spam, and from hackers that want to steal your personal data itself? Bluehost does have some measures in place. Of course, they give you an SSL certificate. Every web hosting provider gives you that for free. You should get that for free. Google requires that, right? So, but there's some other things that I think they lack, some areas rather that I think they lack, and security is one of those things. They could do better, in this particular area. And again, this could be the reason why you're looking for an alternative. They have suffered some data breaches in the past. And again, that's another factor that's moved people to find alternatives. So these are the main four areas, guys, that I think matter most. Obviously, you want a web hosting provider that's affordable. You want a web hosting provider that has great around-the-clock customer support in the event you have any questions or you need help with your site, your blog, your e-commerce store. You want a web hosting provider that is reliable. That way, when people are searching for you online on Google, just like you guys search for this video today, they'll be able to find you not only in your home country, but wherever it is that your website is being served around the world. It'll be served 24/7, 365 days a year. And that way you won't miss out on any exposure that you need. And lastly, as I just talked about security, how important it is, I saw it's like a stat online, and upwards of 30,000 websites are hacked each and every minute. 30,000 each and every minute. So again, you need a web hosting provider that puts security to the forefront. And although Bluehost has some measures in place, I don't think it's the absolute best web hosting provider for you. So what do I recommend for you guys? One provider that I wanted to talk about first of all is A2 Hosting. A2 Hosting, I've been using them for roughly about 5 years. And when I got started with them, I started off with just one website itself, and then I decided to upgrade. That way I'd have the ability to create multiple sites online. So they have different plans for beginners and even advanced users. If you want to migrate your current website from Bluehost over to A2 Hosting, they have a free site migration service. So once you get started today, using the links that are right below, guys, you're going to take advantage of a really nice discount. I wanted to talk about costs with them. Their web hosting starts right at $2.99. It stays that way. Sometimes they do have some flash sales here and there, but what I really love about A2 Hosting over Bluehost is that they have better renewals, better deals across the board, not only for shared web hosting, but also for VPS and even dedicated servers. You'll save a lot more money both on the front and back end with A2 Hosting. They have an anytime money back guarantee on their website. It says 30 days, but it's really in fact an anytime money back guarantee, because if you get started today using the links below and you decide 60 days, 90 days, 120 days down the road, what have you, several months down the road, And if you purchase like a year up front, 2 years, 3 years, you'll get a refund based on the web hosting that you didn't use. With Bluehost, they just have a 30-day lock-in, and if you don't request the refund within that time frame, you lose your money completely, right? And so with Bluehost, doesn't matter if you get a year, 2 years, 3 years up front. If you don't request your money back within that 30 days, you lose it. With A2 Hosting, they keep it open. They have a 30-day money back guarantee, but if you go beyond the 30 days, they're going to refund you a portion, a prorated portion of that, if that makes sense. So this is something that I really, really love about them. They take security extremely serious, daily backups on websites. Of course, you have SSL certificates. They have CDNs, in place once you install WordPress on your site today. They perform what's called hardening. And hardening is basically like putting on like 2 or 3 extra latex gloves, if you will, just adding an additional layer of security to your website to keep it secure, around the clock. They do have DDoS protection as well, protection against viruses. So they're really, really great for customer support. Amazing customer support guys, amazing security, and they have rock solid uptime performance. So A2 Hosting, highly recommend that you guys check them out. I do have a link that's right below. It is an affiliate link. Like I said, I've been using A2 Hosting for like 5 years. And I got started initially with their beginner package, which basically allows you to host one site. And then I decided to upgrade to the Drive plan, which allows you to create unlimited sites. So if you have like specific goals where you want to create like multiple sites online, maybe for, I don't know, network marketing, MLM, where you just have several projects, down the road, and you want the capability to create additional sites, I highly recommend that you go first with the Drive plan. You'll notice that they have the Turbo Max, Turbo Boost that are there, and it's for more experience, more resources that you may not need in the beginning, but I recommend personally going with the Drive if you want the capability of hosting several sites, online, okay? So A2 Hosting, I'm going to leave a link right below. That way you guys can check them out today and get started with them. Another great provider, guys, that has amazing pricing, amazing customer support, uptime, and also security is Scala Hosting. I have an account with Scala Hosting as well. They have some amazing deals, guys. I'm going to leave all the details right below. That way you guys can check them out as well. They do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. They have free site migration. So again, if you want to move your website over from Bluehost, move your domain, all of your data, everything over to Scala Hosting, you can do that too by using the links right below, guys. So thus far in this video, we've talked about 2 of many web hosting providers that are online. Web hosting alternatives to Bluehost. There are tons and tons of them that are out there. What I wanted to do basically in this video is to give you a few that you can go with, especially if you're a beginner online and you want to start off with maybe like shared web hosting. Then A2 Hosting and also Scala Hosting are amazing options to use, guys. Now, if you're somebody who wants to try maybe managed WordPress hosting, you're looking for something more robust, that gives you like more resources and handles like higher volumes of traffic out the gate, then I recommend that you look at perhaps Kinsta. Kinsta is an amazing web hosting provider that specializes primarily in managed WordPress hosting. There's also WP Engine. I'll drop links for all of these providers right below. That way you guys can get started with them today. In the case of WP Engine, they have an amazing deal off, guys. If you're going with the annual plans where you'll be able to get up to 4 months off free. So it's an amazing, amazing deal. They also have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So it's beyond the 30 days. You can test drive it up to 60 days. If you feel that WP Engine is not for you, you can request a refund through them. They have an amazing customer support 24/7. It's really, really fast. They have high availability, amazing uptime performance, guys, really fast page loads, and just really, really nice manage WordPress provider across the board. And so these are two of many providers that I think are really, really great. If another really nice one that you can check out is Liquid Web. Have an account with them as well. They have amazing customer support. Their customer support, in my experience, answers within about 30 seconds, which is really, really fast. Like 30 seconds, you have like a rep on the phone, a live rep on the line. Their chat service is really, really great as well. The deal with Liquid Web is that they specialize primarily in VPS and dedicated hosting. So if you're into VPS hosting or dedicated hosting, you want your very own private server, then Liquid Web is really ideal for that. That's really what they specialize in. They don't really specialize in like shared web hosting, although they do offer like managed, packages for beginners as well. Their main focal point is VPS and also dedicated servers. So again, I just wanted to share with you guys a few of my top recommended alternatives to Bluehost. I'm going to drop all the links right below, all the details. That way you guys can make your selection, launch your website, initiate your site migration. If you guys have any questions about these providers, drop your comments right below, and I'll be more than happy to assist you guys going forward. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys have an amazing day and much success going forward with your business. Take care. If you haven't done so already, guys, go ahead and hit the like button if you found value with this video, and also hit the subscribe button. That way future videos that I upload, you'll be sure to receive them. Take care. Have an amazing day.